Consumers are starting to see the pain from a trade war. And so we've been having trade war issues for quite some time now. And so it is starting to affect consumers. So this is by Irina Kirby, and this is out of Yahoo. So I was just looking at it because um, how does this affect us? Because a lot of people, we see things in the news, and a lot of it is not really that impactful unless it affects you directly or as a person in your city. So now, more than a year into the U.S.-China trade war, American consumers have so far been largely shielded from negative impacts of the tariffs. And so one of the major Wall Street investment banks says that all is about to change, and it has the data to prove it. So I think you're starting to see pain now from Bank of America Securities senior U.S. economist Joseph Song told Yahoo Finances the final round. So we have a proprietary consumer confidence index. So it actually has dipped on trade headlines in the latest reading. And so this is going to affect a lot of people's. So the Bank of America Merrill Lynch U.S. consumers confidence indicator for consumers sentiment dropped since mid-July by 1.7 points, 53.9. So in a note to clients, the bank's global research team writes that the ebb and the flow in the consumer confidence seems squarely tied to the U.S.-China trade war. So by way of negative headlines, financial market reactions to said trade war. So the trade war is escalating. So earlier this month, President Donald Trump shocked the financial markets when he unveiled the new round of tariffs, roughly $300 billion in Chinese imports, which would primarily target consumer-related goods, set to take off and effect September the 1st. So he later announced that he would delay tariffs on select popular consumer products until mid-December. But the latest escalation of the trade tension between U.S. and Beijing President Trump on Friday announced even higher tariffs on Chinese imports in response to China slapping tariffs of $75 billion worth of U.S. goods earlier in the day. And so in a late Friday afternoon tweet, President Trump said that the White House will raise the September 1st tariffs $300 billion in products. And so that's 15% from the 10%. Additionally, the U.S. will raise existing levies actually on $250 billion in Chinese goods and 30% from 25% starting October 1st. So that's pretty much what he has tweeted right here. And you can see Donald Trump at the real Donald Trump. So he basically is tweeting these things that I just read about how he's raising tariffs on China. So it's going to affect regular people who are consumers like us that go to the stores and shop and buy products. And so I think when those consumer tariffs go in effect on September 1st, that's when you can actually see that consumers are going to pull back. So Bank of America Merrill Lynch, Joseph Song told the final round, our expectation is the growth is going to start to slow below trend and at the turn of the year. So global research team BofA Merrill Lynch found that only 26% of the consumers surveyed affirmed that they favored the trade war against China, but the persistent uncertainty shock from the trade war is starting to show up in weaker global data, the recession indicators, and also starting to flash yellow. So BOFAML, the BofA Merrill Lynch team writes in a client's note, consistently sentiment may fail to rebound, sparking further concern of an economic slowdown. So I don't know if you guys have been hearing, they've been talking about another recession, and Donald Trump's been denying that, and then he has other people talking for him. on his administration saying that, oh, there's not going to be a recession, but people are fearing there is going to be a recession. And so back up here, it shows how the tariffs have affected, there's tariffs on Mexico that has, threatened and avoided, tariffs on China, more tariffs, 10% tariffs that were implemented between those months. And so it is going to start to affect people, and you can see that in some of the things that have been going on. You'll see it in months to come. So with that being said, I'm going to let this video go until the next video. But I don't know. It just doesn't look like it's getting any better. And so there was an article that I came across that even where China was sending back all of their recyclable items because they said that they didn't want it. And so that was a big issue. I don't know if people saw that or not. I did a previous video about it. And so there's a lot of things that are happening that are based on these trade wars. So it's going to hit probably the supermarkets, places where we go shopping. Things are going to be maybe a lot more expensive, I would assume. So with that being said, until next time, thanks for listening.